Hello, this is Nathan Brown with Healing Touch Massage Chairs, and we just finished our delivery for Mr. Seymour and his new R6, and I know he's looking forward to trying the chair out, so we want to do a little bit of visit with him and find out some of the things that led to his purchase. So if we can begin, I'll begin with my first question. Could you just tell us a little bit about yourself, give us a little background?
Well, I'm a fireman, and just obviously, doing that, come home sore from time to time. So that kind of got us, looking into the for a massage chair. My wife has some back issues, so we went to looking for one and come across this one. Really liked it. So.
Well, that's great. I know it'll give you years of service, and thank you for your service, by the way. We do need our firemen. I know I had a problem years ago, and the firemen were great. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for that. So what made you interested in a massage chair to begin with?
Just, my mother-in-law had one for years, and then she just recently got another one. But we've kind of been thinking about getting one for quite a while. Like I mentioned, both me and my wife, my wife has some back issues, and then my line of work, I'll come home sore a lot of times. And so we both finally just made the decision to kind of look into it. And I had done a lot of research online looking into them. I didn't realize how many chairs there were out there. There was lots of them. And here where I live, there was not a lot to look at. We had one store that had 3 different models, and so we went and tried them, and then we ended up having, go to the Dallas-Fort Worth area to, look for some other stuff. So that's kind of how we did it.
Well, you touched on the specific needs you have. Could you maybe elaborate if there are any particular things?
Just my wife has a lot of neck and shoulder pain. And then of course me, I can hurt one day in my hips and another day in my low back and other days in my upper back. So my wife actually goes and gets massages. And so anyway, just a massage chair just seemed like it would be a good fit for us.
Well, that's great. No, I appreciate. Now, one of the benefits of a massage chair is it is customizable. You can actually adjust it to touch on those specific needs you have. So that'll be great for you. Tell us about your research. One of the things that stands out from our experience with you is that you take your research very seriously.
Well, I just, like I said, I didn't realize how many companies there were out there that sold massage chairs, especially online. So I just tried to read as much stuff about them. A lot of the companies online will have customer testimonials and stuff, how they, and they'll rate the chairs. And so I try to pay a lot of attention to that. And then, of course, like anything, you find where there's really good chairs, and then there's some that's more, economy models and stuff like that. So I tried to, find out about as much as I could about them. And the OHCO brand here, which what we've decided on, seemed to be one of the nicer chairs on the market. Another thing that was real important to me was durability. And that's one thing I didn't realize is how some chairs are made extremely cheap, and then other chairs are really high quality. When I first got into it, it was just kind of like, a massage chair is a massage chair, but that's not the case. There's a lot of differences, and so you have to kind of look into it and, do a little research. Otherwise, you might make a mistake.
Did you find much variability in warranty services?
Most of them will offer a 3-year. Some will offer a 5 on a special or something like that. And then some, my mother-in-law's chair, it has a 1-year warranty, and that was a deal too. She bought hers online, and where she bought it, I didn't know if it was going to have great customer support. that was one thing too that you find out is, man, people, they will tell you, you know, get a chair that's backed by a good company. You know, we heard different stories from people where they couldn't even, when they had a problem with the chair, they couldn't even get a hold of the company that sold it to them. So we didn't want to go down that road. So that's one reason we went with Healing Touch. They had a really good reputation. The Furniture for Life, which OHCO is one of the Furniture for Life brands. Furniture for Life has a great reputation of good customer support. So that's one of the big reasons why we went with it.
Well, we appreciate that, and I'm glad you mentioned that. Well, thank you for that. How many stores did you actually visit?
4 or 5. And we probably sat in 12 to 15 different chairs, you know, different. Each brand will offer, you know, anywhere from 2 to, there was one brand that, man, they were just overwhelming the amount of chairs that they offered. And so, you know, you would find that, that's another thing my wife and I found out is, you really got to find a chair that fits you. One chair may not fit you very well, and another chair is way more comfortable on you. So again, doing your research. A lot of the chairs are made for a certain size person, you know, a certain size range there. So we've got 2 son-in-laws that are 6'4", so we had to kind of think about that too. So anyway, research. That's I can't emphasize that enough. You know, the manufacturer, the company that's selling it to you, you know, find out about them, make sure you're buying a good product.
And we at Healing Touch do agree with you on the personal experience that our chairs, if you go and try the mini chairs, you find that they really are different. Now, a lot of people, I think they're very similar, but they're very different, and you need to find one that fits you. I agree with that. That's a great comment. How was your shopping experience with us, with Healing Touch?
It was great. I mean, we you know, we didn't run into anybody bad anywhere. But you would kind of maybe run into a little high pressure sales, you know, at some of the other places. Y'all were great, man. Y'all put us in the chairs, and you let the chairs do all the selling for you. You know, if we had a question, you were there to answer it for us. But other than that, you let us just kind of, you know, use the chair and see if we liked it. And that we really liked that about y'all. That was one of the big deals that we liked. That was different.
We appreciate the fact that you took the time to learn about chairs, and that actually helps us a lot too, because that gives us a little bit better opportunity to help you in your search. So we appreciate that. So why did you pick the OHCO R6?
Like I was saying, it just kind of fit us, fit both of us. That was the deal. One chair, you know, at some of the other places, one chair might fit my wife really well, but it may not, you know, might not fit me as well. And this one, we both liked it. We had kind of narrowed it down between this chair and one other. And the other chair had one feature that just didn't hit me very well. It didn't bother my wife, but it bothered me. So that's kind of what made the decision on this chair. This chair is a big chair, and it's comfortable. And one other thing I wanted to point out too is one thing that was important too is we wanted to find a chair that looked good in our house. You know, some of the chairs that we looked at, man, they look like a spaceship or something, you know. This chair we thought was really pretty and thought it would look good in our house. So that was a big reason why we picked this chair also.
Yeah, I think the R6 is over the top in styling. It's a very different looking chair if you've seen many chairs. So I think that was a great choice. And it looks great in your office here. So I think you'll enjoy that. So what can you tell me a little bit about the delivery process?
It was great. I didn't have to do a thing. That was the best thing about it. I'll tell you, you don't find very many places in businesses where the owner of the company is who shows up and delivers your product. We had talked to some of the other places when we were talking about the delivery process, and they would actually use third party. And one place actually told us that we might be better off setting it up ourselves, because the people that would show up, there's a good chance they may have never set the chair up before. So delivery's been great. They were extremely careful. And then, like I say, when the boss shows up, you know, he's obviously taken a lot of interest and pride in what he's selling, and finds it important. So that's a great thing for us.
Well, here at Healing Touch, we do take that seriously. We like to be able to follow the chair from inception to termination. It's a big part of our process, and I appreciate the fact that that was a good experience for you. So what advice might you give if you were sharing your experience with someone else and they were looking for a chair?
First of all, find a chair that fits you good. You know, go out and sit in a lot of chairs. You kind of have to space it out a little bit, because you can kind of get, you know, your body will it's quite a beating on you, you know, over a full day of doing it. So just take some time. Don't get in a hurry. Find a chair that you like, and then look into the company that's behind it, who's selling it. Not only the dealers, but the company itself that makes the chair. Look into it, see if the chair, you know, has a lot of problems. Most of the companies that they'll have customer testimonials, and so you can find out. But more than anything, find a company that if you do have a problem, they're gonna back up their product. And because there is, once you look into it, there is a lot of horror stories out there where, you know, people buy the chair and then you know, they're just stuck with a problem if, you know, they can't get a hold of anybody to fix it. So anyway, that would be mine. Just research. Go out and sit in them. And there's a lot of chairs out there, but make sure you buy a good one. Make sure you get a good company behind it.
Well, thank you, Mr. Seymour. We really appreciate the time you've taken with us today. It's been a real pleasure. Do you have any final things you might want to just share with us before we end the interview?
Just been a great experience, and you know, I appreciate it. You don't always get that when you're buying things. So this has been a really good experience.
Well, Healing Touch appreciates you, and it's been a great experience for us as well. So thank you, and we wish you the best with your chair for many years.
Thank you. I'm sure it'll be a good one.